Hello everyone, this is VJose32 back again with another edition of What's on Deck. Your weekly look at what is new and upcoming in the world of playing cards, and also updates on Kickstarter projects, which we'll start off right now. By the way, I want to mention something. I got an email the other day because I'm subscribed to Daniel Madison's mailing list from his website. Don't ask me why. But he indicated in this email that he will be leaving the magic industry very soon. Basically it says, and I quote, hashtag Madison dancing. Aside from a few contractual obligations that will keep me tied to the industry this year, my presence will soon transit away from the magic industry. I will bite my tongue for now, but my thoughts on this venture have all been documented in my upcoming book, so he's trying to sell you his book. But basically, I think that's kind of interesting, and hell must be freezing over or something, because it looks like we won't be seeing too many more Madison decks, or Madison on a lose list. Thank you. Let's move on to Kickstarter. First of all, the Air deck is extremely well funded at over 1,000% with 7 days to. I don't know why it's doing so well or how it's doing so well, but it is. But it's a really simple deck, really narrow. If you're looking for a deck that's really narrow, you can get the Hoyle Slice deck from the USBC's website, which is kind of a similar idea, except it's not plastic or anything like that. If I can find it. Bear with me. Hoyle Slice. It's a 2-pack. There it is. I have it. You can see the review on my channel. They're skinny playing cards. It's half red, half blue. As you can see, they got your Hoyle faces, Hoyle backs, and they're only like $5, whatever it is. So I mean, there you go, $5 for 2 decks. They're not plastic, but I mean they're still plastic coated. Typical Hoyle deck. It's kind of the same idea. I mean, why not? It's a better deal than the Air decks, which are who knows how much money. Next up, MPC High Gloss Gold, Silver, and Bronze from MPC is also well funded. 4 days to go. Bicycle Vintage Classic Playing Cards and Collectible Playing Cards is funded. 13 days to go. Then we got Corvid Romantic by Megan Weber. It's 26% funded. 28 days to go. There's a good chance it'll fund. It's a pretty low goal, $5,500. Here you see some of the faces. There are some things that I dislike. First of all, not a fan of those indexes. They're just a little bit awkward. And I'm not a fan of custom suits. They've got crystals, feathers, roses, and bones instead of hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. Okay, that's a turn off for a lot of people. And $15 for one deck is a bit pricey, considering the deck is being printed by Print Ninja, which I don't have any experience that I know of on their decks or the deck quality, but I'm sure it's not going to be the best quality. Seems kind of dark. There you go. There we go. Now you can see me. Apologize. It's not a very sunny day at all. Been kind of cloudy the last couple of days and rainy, and that continues today. Anyways, here's your back design. It's kind of it's okay, but it looks very like hand colored, and I don't know, it just lacks a little bit for me. And then the court cards are all basically ravens, and there's a reason for that, obviously. And then here's your number cards again. No, not feeling it. Jokers are okay. What the name represents. Corvid is a short name for the word Court of the Die, which is a scientific family that contains crows and ravens, which you can see the court cards are all theme on that. And then romantic, well, obviously, it says it's a play on the theme of the Gothic romantic, an era of writing that featured Woodstock themes. Instead of words in the story, it's featured in the art book itself, so it kind of tells you a story. But I know a lot of people are not going to be interested in this one because custom suits, and I mean maybe the back design, the index has all sorts of stuff. There's also an Oracle deck and a Tarot deck available. If you like it, definitely check it out, but not something that I am too interested in. Not only am I not familiar with the creator, it's being printed by Quentin Ninja, and I'm just not a fan of custom suits and stuff. This is the first project to keep that in mind. Let's move on. Mantra playing cards from Roman Kotiv is funded. 21 days to go. This is a very nice one. 3 different decks. I think I showed you the preview last week. 3 different decks. The Adhi Baltica, Adhi Daidika, and Adhyatmika. I totally butchered that, I apologize. 2 of them are nice and colorful, as you can see, kind of red and blue. Faces are mirror image on one deck. The other one, they are one way. And you can see there's different colors of pips per suit. No, sorry. The Hearts and Diamonds have a pinky red color. Spades and Clubs have like a dark blue. But they feature other colors for the pips that are not related to the value. The style of the faces that they've done there is exactly the same as the Divine Art decks from Sinise Chava, the way they did the pips and they colored in the value pips and stuff like that. Exactly the same. It's a similar theme. It's also similar to the theme that he's doing on his current project. Different background color on each ace, it looks like. Very nice artwork. You can see this deck, they have mirror imaged court cards. There's your back design. It's not bad. You go into this other deck, the court cards are all one way. Same style number cards. And the aces are similar. Then the back design is completely different. Also, the background colors on the court cards and faces kind of remind me a little bit of their Carnival de Muertas deck that they did not too long ago, which I'll be reviewing in the near future. And the third deck is black, gold colors. Very nice top case, as you can see. I think that's all, yeah, it's all foil. My biggest problem with this one is the spades and clubs especially look a little bit hard to make out on the faces. They should have been more white colored or some other color. They seem like there's a lot of black and white, and it doesn't really stand out too well on the gray background. Or perhaps they should have made this a white background. I don't know. And then again, kind of the artwork on the court cards, they maybe don't stand out too well. The indexes definitely don't stand out too well on those spades and clubs especially. Hopefully it looks a lot better on the actual playing cards. Hopefully. Also, the font for the indexes might be a little awkward for some people, just like the A's and the K's and the Q's a little bit. Might be a little bit hard to identify for some people. Just a little bit, but they're pretty nice. They're different. It's got that like Indian type font. Very cool. Next up, Bicycle Sniper from Magic Kickstarter collectible cards. 50% funded, 19 days to go. It should fund. It's just a matter of time. The Zago playing cards by Abelina Arts, 60% funded, 3 days to go. At this point in time, it does not look like it's going to make what they are planning to relaunch with a lower goal. Perhaps both the red and the blue decks available from the start. I'm not 100% sure. Possibly a lower price point. And also, they're definitely going with a more of a simple tuck case, like no foils or embossings or anything like that. So that's good. Hopefully it finds next time around. Then there's the premium 5-color combo tokens and playing cards by Trent Ellingson. Not sure if I mentioned this one or not. 15% funded, 23 days to go. It's all based upon these tokens. Come on, today. Apparently this is his third project. Just wanted to see when this launched. Okay, so it just launched about a week ago. Yeah, it just launched last month, so I didn't mention it to you yet. So let's check it out. It's a 5-color combo. They've created some tokens before, and apparently they decided to create a deck of cards based on that. So, if it's 5 token, there's a number 5 on the back design. The back design is not bad for what it is. It's fine. But then you get to the faces. I don't know. I mean, they're interesting. They got different figures on each one. Unfortunately, these figures obscure the pips a lot of the time, so it makes it a little bit harder to identify the value by the pips, as you can see. And apparently they have different artists for different, well, they have a bunch of different artists. Jason Nguyen. Is that the Jason Nguyen? Oh god, it is that Jason Nguyen. He's actually done an actual design. He's a guy who did a bunch of other decks previously that were, you know. It's interesting. If you like it, check it out. I'm not particularly a big fan of the artwork style. And I would have preferred if the images, the figures, were just specific to like the quote cards as opposed to every single card. Because like I said, they obscure some of the pips for some reason. They decided that would be a good idea. I mean, they could have done it so that they weren't obscuring the pips, or so that the pips were part of the image, but instead they decided, we'll just hide the pips for some unknown reason. It says they're working with a great printing company who's been in business for over 35 years, but they won't specify who that company is for some reason. Go figure. That's not a good selling feature. $19 each for this deck. I think I'll pass. You won't tell me who the printer is. Not really my style, and then you want $19 for one deck. That's a real turnoff. Moving on. I'll try to get through this quickly. Old West Guns by Webbs. Funded, 35 hours to go. Wild West playing cards from Justin Freud, the Lawman, and Outlaw decks. 33% funded, 22 days to go. Off to a bit of a slow start, but it's getting there slowly. I hope it gets funded. It's a nice set of decks that I recommend you check out. He's a good creator. Good creator. They're fun decks. They're based on historic characters in the Wild West. The Outlaw deck features guns and outlaws, and well, the other one, as you can see, features the Sheriff's badge and some rifles. Very nice back designs. Nice court cards. Kind of simple but nice. I like them. I like the stack. Both of them I do recommend checking out. There's also nice little cigar style boxes you can get. There's coins, poker chips, all sorts of stuff. I like it. Then the Hanami Hanafuda playing cards by Edith Wolf Studios is funded, 16 days to go. Yay. Foliage playing cards from Ace of Clubs and Magic and Cards, 23% funded, 21 days to go. I think I mentioned that one last week. It's struggling a little bit. It's just basically standard faces, so that's a bit of a turn off for a lot of backers. Back design's pretty simple as well, and I don't think there's anything too extravagant about the tuck case, aside from maybe some embossing. But I mean, it's nice for what it is. But a lot of backers prefer more customization, unfortunately. Then there's the Bicycle Essentials playing cards from Nathan's Pragmatic Magic. It is 6% funded, 12 days to go. It's not going to happen. It's just too big of a goal. And I guess a lot of people just aren't too interested. Ginny playing cards from Zach Mirza is 47% funded, 33 days to go. Still a lot of time to get this one funded. It's a very nice theme and art. It's Arabian inspired, nice, fairly simple classic back design. I like it. There was some concern about the shipping costs, especially if you get into multiple decks. I think some of that's been addressed. Also, I noticed he posted an update today that he's offering shipping with tracking for like $8, which I don't know if anyone's actually going to go for that, but it's there, people are interested. Next, we got Terminus, Volume 3 from Nikolai Arrow. It's funded, 17 days to go. It's kind of more of the same from him. Black deck and a white deck. It's day and night, I understand that. If it stretch goals, the art again is similar to his previous decks as well. I mean, it makes sense. It's the third in this series, so it's going to be similar. I do hope that this is the last of this series because I kind of want to see something different. Like, there's so many creators, you kind of keep saying the same thing from them over and over. It's kind of same old, same old. And I mean, I realize everyone's got their own kind of artistic style and whatnot. But it's nice to see different things and different styles and not just the same old, same old. And, well, definitely the court cards are different, you can see. At least on this one. Pretty nice. Again, put by Noir Arts, I believe. Really cool looking court cards, interesting theme. Nice back designs. This one's kind of similar to the last one, just a little bit, but different. A little bit thick on the borders, though. Metallic inks, etc., etc. Very nice, but I do hope to see some differences in the future, some changes, a different series, you know. So that is that for that one. Next, we got Trump by Eric Dorian. Still not going anywhere. 22% funded, 12 days to go. I don't see it funding. The Font deck by Ben Barrett Forrest is funded, 12 days to go. Barata playing cards by Sinise Chaba is funded, 16 days to go. Still not sure they're going to make the stretch goal for the Tarot deck, but we'll see. Strain Wars Claws deck by Jason Shepard is 16% funded, 4 hours to go. It was 16% funded about 4 weeks ago, and it's not going to fund. I don't see it funding. I mean, stranger things have happened, but it hasn't gotten anywhere up until now. It's a far way off from funding, so I don't see it happening. Mandala Prototypes by Iverson, 21% funded, 4 days to go. It's a cardistry deck, double facers, or double-sided, double backers, I should say. It's not happening either. And by the way, I should mention, I'm not sure if I mentioned them last week, but Sack Productions 101 is back doing reviews once a week. Go check out her channel. I've always been a fan of hers, so I recommend checking it out. Her reviews are good. That's it for Kickstarter. Can't think of a whole lot of else going on or that's coming up. Reasonist, Inferior 11, and Dan and Dave have kind of been a bit quiet. There's a couple though here I can mention. Oh, and there's this one as well. So first of all, this is coming soon from Mark Allender. It's Curious Keyholes playing cards. I swear he's tried this before and it failed horribly. And now he's trying it again. It's going to be printed by Nor Arts, free international shipping. And it's not really something that I'm interested in. But I'm not sure there's... I'm not sure there's a whole lot of interest in this. Next up is the Reign of Sin and Rule of Virtue decks coming soon from Wiley Beckert. There is some of the artwork. They previously did the Wicked Kingdom decks, or C I should say, previously did the Wicked Kingdom decks. A lot of people are looking forward to this. You can check out the site, reignofsin.com. You can see the artwork. It's coming soon to Kickstarter. 2 different decks. There she is. And then, to mention this one, this is a new one from Usai. It is the Supra Oracle deck. It's not a tarot deck. It's not a playing card deck. But it is well funded. 18 days to go. It's part of this new Kickstarter gold thing. Whatever the hell that is. We'll find out. Oops. No, I can't find out. But it's an Oracle deck. It's nice artwork. But it's $35. It's expensive. And I just paid him a lot of money for the Eros deck. Eros Tarot deck, which I'm waiting on still. So I don't know if I feel like... Oh, for God's sakes. Hold that thought. Back up, boss. Alright. So, I mean, it's an interesting idea for what it is. But I would prefer, like, I would definitely be in if there was like a tarot deck or a poker deck, or if there was one included. But it's not. It's just an Oracle deck. It's, I mean, if this is the way that they're moving into, this is what they're going to be doing for decks from now on. I'm not too interested. I mean, the Oracle looks nice. The Tuckis looks nice. But this is all you get. You just get the Oracle cards. You don't get any actual, playable cards. I don't have much use for something like this. Personally. I like decks that I can actually play with and play games with and stuff like that. Anyways, oh yes, that's fine. They said they had 10 successful projects on Kickstarter with over 10,000 backers total. However, a lot of those 10,000 backers were the same ones on all the projects, so that's kind of misleading just a little bit, I think. They have not had a project that has had thousands of backers. They've had hundreds of backers, 1,000 backers per project, but a lot of them are the same ones, so that's misleading in my opinion, just a little bit. And then there's this as well. I wanted to point out, David Blaine has a new Tour Edition Signature Limited Edition deck. It's not available on his website as of yet. Apparently you can get it in a set. Apparently these are available on his shows, and also I've seen some on eBay for pricey. If anyone is going to a David Blaine show and you can get these decks, and there's a couple other ones too, I think, help me out. I'd appreciate it. You get a big shout out. I'll give you some money. I'll give you trades. I got lots of stuff I can give you in a trade. Just let me know. And that is it for what's coming up and what's new for the playing cards. Stay tuned. I'm also going to be doing a video where I tell you what's coming up on my channel, because I got lots of reviews coming. So stay tuned. See you next time with more.